Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. We're in the bed house here, and you can see what's left in this greenhouse here. We have a few status plants left, and that's it. We did lose everything else in the greenhouse, but it is much warmer in here. There was some work done on the heating system, and the backfill was put back around, and we do have another cold night coming, but I'm already starting stuff to be able to put in these beds here. I am going to be starting more status. I think I'm going to keep like the status, a nice patch of status here, and just kind of plant in around where we lost. But these things went through 20 degree temperatures. That bucket had ice in it. We had the first incident was when the electric went off. The pipes froze down in front of the doors and we didn't know it.
The heater didn't work.
And then we had issues with the heater system malfunctioning. Then we had that storm that came through with the -9 degree temperatures and the wind chill, and that caused the stove to again malfunction when the wind actually took part of the ventilation system off for the stove, and we didn't know it because it actually blew part of the ventilation system off for the stove, which caused another problem.
We were out of electric?
Yeah, we were out of, I already had said we were out of electric. That storm didn't take out the -9 degrees, thankfully did not take the electric out when we had all that wind, which I'm very thankful for. We did not lose the electric, but you can see here what's left. And we do have a lot of stuff here that's going to have spaces to plant. So you can see all the additional piping that was put in, and now we're going to be getting stuff planted in here, and I already have it growing. The other greenhouse, some of it for what I'm going to put in here, and like I said, I'm going to be starting some more status for a nice patch of status in here. Okay, so when I showed you the other video, today is February 22nd, 2023. When I showed you the other video, it was getting dark out. You could see we had a few status plants left in this greenhouse. Now, we did just put in new lighting. I went and bought a bunch of the Shanks Light LED grow lights. I switched my old grow lights out that I had for different ones, and I'll put a link down in the description for the lights that I used. But you can see how much here the status has grown. We have red beets growing in here now, so we have a crop of them coming, and you can see the status here is getting ready to start blooming here. And we planted some marigolds in here for the cut flower production, and we have all kinds of celosia seeds coming up. I have no idea what kind of celosia they are. The orange peach was in here, and we also had, what was that? The Chinese wallflower celosia, and we had the Sunday series celosia. So it's hard to say what kind of celosia is actually coming up here. But these were just planted in here. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week.
Last week. So these were transplanted from the old greenhouse. I started them in there, and we put them in here. They've grown considerably.
They were about 2 inches high when we put them in here.
Yeah, they were about 2 inches tall when they first came in. And they've grown considerably since then, which I'm really happy about that. And we have a lettuce crop coming in here. Now this was started, the bigger ones were direct sown. The smaller ones were started over in the old greenhouse. They were very small when they were put in. They were put in at the same time as the marigolds were, and we're our own lettuce, so we're putting it in here for now. Now we have some more here. We put some in containers. This is all empty right now. I'm saving this probably for a celosia crop. I haven't decided yet. I want to do a bunch of different things. I'm hoping to get like a bunch of different crops in here of stuff that doesn't do too well outside. I'm thinking of putting a pretty good patch of bunny tails in, but haven't decided yet. I do have some stuff already growing in the old greenhouse, more stuff to come into this one here. And what we do is we always check our plants over before we bring them in to make sure that everything appears to be okay with them. So we recharge our soil with plant food, and you can use the plant food of your choice, and we try and start conditioning the soil to get it moist again and to get it to uptake water. And we are conditioning the soil over here. We're trying to get it wet again so that it'll hold water, so that when we put our transplants in, we don't have an issue with them drying out. You don't want your stuff too dry, but you don't want your stuff too wet, but you also don't want it too dry. And this particular soil, when it gets dry, it is harder to re-moisten. So, you know, sometimes we'll connect the water to the irrigation system there, and we'll let it run for maybe like 30 minutes to try and get this soil to take up water again. So, like I said, we do recharge it with plant food. You can pick your own kind of plant food that you want. Depends on what you're growing. And, you know, that's your choice what type of plant food you choose.
I'll show you how dry it is in a minute.
Okay. But we're making sure we get everything just nice and watered here. But yeah, the water will actually just stand on top of the soil, because that's how dry it'll be. So you can see how dry it is. It's powder. It's like a powder there. And it doesn't want to take up the water. As you can see, it's just kind of sitting there. And you really have to kind of like work with it and let it soak down in. Now, we don't use anything really deep when we're digging in the soil. We just use kind of the rake or a shallow shovel, because our heat pipes, which are PEX pipes, run through this raised bed here. And it's like that on both sides. And then we have additional heat pipes that we had to install in later that run through. And we might use this for a holdover when we start transplanting our other plants, because, you know, when you go from those little cell packs and those little plug plants to the larger 4-inch containers, the 4-inch containers and larger, you start taking up a lot of room. So we might use this as a holdover thing. I'm thinking about bringing the hanging baskets when we start doing those over and hanging them up over here so that we don't hit our head. Because sometimes when you have your greenhouses, if you don't have a very high ceiling, which the old greenhouse does not have a very high ceiling, you can have a problem when you start doing hanging baskets and trying to hang them up. Ran into that. Literally ran into that already. And it's not fun. So I'm thinking of, you know, bringing these over here. We might actually, I'm starting to think about this, might bring some early cucumbers, start them off, and bring them over, because we're about completely out of pickles. And that's something we eat a lot of. And with the lights in here, and should hopefully get a nice early cucumber crop. So that's another thing to think about there. So I started Nigella. I have some Nigella plants in here, and these here didn't even have their true leaves when we first put them in here. And I do have more of them to come in here. And then we have the Dusty Miller over here, a nice crop of that coming. And that was pretty small when we put it in. This, I'm very pleased with how well this stuff is growing. Our lights are on for 14 hours a day. We are still dealing with slugs, so we want to make sure that we get rid of those. And you know, I have all these patches here that are open. Like I said, I have more Nigella to come in. I'm probably gonna do some winged everlastings in here, I already have those growing, and I had some different stuff. Some stuff doesn't grow well for me outside. I'm running a Pennsylvania Zone 5B, so I find it does better in the greenhouses. And some stuff I just need some early crops of to get it coming in faster. So I just want to give you this quick video update here for what we have going on here in the bed house. And as the season progresses on, I'll come back with more videos. Maybe I'll do one of planting in the bed house. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided. But we'll see. So if you liked my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. It'll tell you to put a new video on. Also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description to my Twitter account. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.